right. Let's see if this is working. Yeah, looks like it is. All right. So once again, here we go. More final report fucking nonsense. All right. So we can just get into it. Once I get rid of the echo here. All right. There we go. All right. So this is where we left off. Fun. We got pictures this time. Finally got to the pictures. So that's exciting, I guess. If I get set up here. See if that's better. All right. So room 32135. So we're getting into the room this time. Hopefully get through the whole damn room. Was a hotel suite located at the far north end of the hallway with south-facing double-entrance doors. These doors had 2 bullet holes above the door handle. Yeah, I know people were counting more than that, but that's what they got here. Also, that's what it kind of looks like. The bullets traveled north to south, entering the interior side of the door and exiting the exterior hallway. Camera was taped to the interior side of the door, the east door, inserted into the peephole. A hole was partially drilled into the bottom of the south wall east of the entry doors. All right. So, just to get a reference here, I got to put this somewhere else. So I'll just get a reference where this little drill hole was. Right about there. Right about there. Let's see if we got the map up here. So let's go to the map. Let's look at this. Right about here. Now, what would that hole be good for? I greatly doubt he was going to be shooting out of that hole. My guess is possibly camera, I guess. It's the only thing that really seems to fit there, although I don't think that's very efficient for him, but, whatever. Looks like that's possibly what it was. Again, I'm not necessarily liking that explanation, but, it is what it is. I'm not here to make shit up. The west door was damaged, occurred during the explosive breach, and unattached from the door frame, which was different from one of the statements that we saw, but, whatever. It is what it is. The door was lying on the floor inside the suite. There were bullet holes in the west door, with the bullets traveling north to south, entering the interior side and exiting the exterior, which is interesting because they don't tell us how many holes. That was up to us to pretty much count that out ourselves. But they told us how many holes were in the other door. So I don't know why the discrepancy within the way they're reporting things here. Not sure what that's about. So we got a peephole cam. Looks like 2 bullet holes. Let's say that's about 3.5, 4 feet up, somewhere in between there, I'm guessing. 3.5, 4 feet up. So yeah, about right. The guy's shooting down that hallway from his shoulder. So I'm guessing his head would have been about here. Yeah, maybe even 4 feet up. And it's pretty consistent, I would think. Some of the other holes are lower, but some of those bullets struck pretty low in the hallway, so I guess that makes sense. This is a pretty rickshaw job, man. This is pretty fucked up. I don't know why he didn't have something better than Scotch tape if I can stick that thing up there, but unfortunately that's what it is. He didn't put any tape marks down here, which I would think you'd have some tape right about here, just to keep it in place in case the thing fell. Then at least it wouldn't fall all the way to the ground, maybe shatter, whatever. But he didn't do that. Apparently he didn't do that. Maybe there was some hasty action going on with this thing. I don't know. I seem to think that had been there for quite a while and not just set up on the night of the event. But whatever. The suite consisted of a south foyer room, west bedroom, master bedroom with attached bathroom, a north sitting area, a central bar, kitchenette, and a second bathroom east of the central bar, kitchenette, a south living room which contained a couch, chairs, an entertainment center cabinet, and a wall-mounted TV. A connecting door, which led to room 32134, was located southeast living room on the south wall. The entire north end of the suite consisted of floor-to-ceiling windows. Yeah, nothing special there, nothing exciting, nothing we don't know, nothing we can't see in pictures. Foyer inside room 135. The foyer had a table along the west wall. There was a white baby sense camera pointed in the direction of the front entry doors at the south end of the table, and a black mini refrigerator at the north end with a white styrofoam cooler on top. Oh, fuck that cooler, man. It's crazy. There were casings scattered on the floor of the foyer and on the table along the west wall. Scattered on the floor of the foyer and on the table along the west wall. Okay, so yeah, I guess his shooting position would have been somewhere around here. For the hallway, because they're saying some of those landed up here, some landed below it. All right. Which, yeah, causes some issues, but nevertheless, it is what it is. I mean, he could have been standing right next to this this chair right here. Could have been, over on this side. Those bullets would have, probably flown that far. In order for those bullets to not ricochet off of this wall, I would think he's not standing close to the wall. He's standing more on the peephole side of the foyer, firing down at that kind of angle. At least in the first part of it, he would have been, I would think. Again, he didn't really fire much at Chuck, so that means that causes a bit of an issue when he's firing at Campos down at the other end of the hallway. Because he's got to hit the other side, and then he's shooting through. That's weird. That's a weird angle. I don't want to go into angles too much here, but if we see another picture of the door, maybe we'll look at that. There were casings scattered on the floor of the foyer and on the table along the west wall. So I'm guessing right here, in all this mess here. All right, an east-west hallway extended from the east side of the foyer. A black rifle on a bipod with the muzzle pointed west, and a drill bit partially covered by a white towel were at the west end of the hallway on the floor. Yeah, not sure why that was covered in a white towel. Probably got kicked over it. It's probably sitting on top of the towel at some point. Why they use this picture in this right here, I'm not really sure. But this is the picture they gave us for what they just described, I guess. Because we're not seeing the hallway over here and shit like that. So I was saying there's bullet casings. They could be down here on the floor. A couple of them ended up here on this thing. Possible down here, I guess, also. And Anran laptop. Forget which laptop that was, because even though I've looked at it a million times, not even sure if that's the Dell or if it's not the HP or the Acer or Asus. I'm not sure which one he had, but I think it was one of those actually. Anyway, so looked at the guns a little bit. Guns are strange because they're all quite a bit different colorations. You got a little bit of oddities going on there. It looks like the as far as someone said, claiming to be a gun expert, running around saying that these handles are all in the different position. Nah, they're really not. You look at these two right here, they look pretty much identical. This one here, you can't really tell. This barrel may be longer on the end there. Clips way the fuck over here, so that could be the same distance. So I think it's probable this guy had these all set up fairly similarly as far as these handles went. That one there, because the angle, it's a little difficult to tell. and we can't see the front of the gun, the muzzle of the gun on that one. But yeah, all different colors, all different styles, man. You got a black colored gun, gray colored gun, brown, rust colored, I guess, and then looks like sand colored right there. That's a little interesting. Bunch of magazines. Not sure about those. I guess we'll get another picture of the suitcases sitting on the ground in a minute here. But yeah, I guess those are sticking up. The blue hose, of course, nobody has a fucking clue what the idea behind that blue hose was. We get a little bit of a scene inside of the bedroom here. And this is part of the bedroom we don't really get to see too much of. It's like a little box down there. I can't remember what if that was the NRAM box or what that was, but I guess we'll get to that eventually. Again, there's the lights. It stayed on pretty much throughout the night. That's about all we got. That fucking backpack, dude. There's something in that backpack. It drives me nuts. Never gets mentioned, but there's something in that backpack. And there's something in here, man. There's definitely something in there. I guess this would be the refrigerator they delivered, I'm guessing. Possibly a vase with fake flowers. Find out later that the styrofoam ball was never used. The styrofoam ball is still in the packaging. So it is what it is. All right. West bedroom, master bedroom. Bedroom was located west of the sitting area. There were east-facing double-entry doors located. It's interesting. We had sliding doors. We didn't have these kind of doors when I stayed there. There was east-facing double-entry doors located northwest of the foyer and west of the sitting area. The room had a desk with a chair along the north wall. Just inside the entry doors, there were tools on the desk and the chair. Trash can was on the floor east of the desk and had numerous empty ammunition boxes inside. There was a white bag on the floor that had empty ammunition box inside, as well as a broken Dell laptop computer. 2 boxes containing empty ammunition boxes were on the floor behind the entry doors. So why did he bother? He's just OCD. Well, why did he bother putting those ammunition boxes in that bag? Why does he care? He filled up the trash can. I mean, I kind of get throwing things in the trash can. That's just force of habit. But, you know, why bother putting things in the white bag? I mean, you know. Yeah, the backpack drives me nuts, bro. Good to see you, man. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, it's kind of strange to me, man, the actions of this guy. So, you throw away the boxes because, yeah, okay, I get that, man. You throw them in the trash can. But at that point, when you run out of space in the trash can, why don't you just throw them on the floor, man? Why don't you just start stacking them up in a corner? Who cares? If you're going to go out in this kind of fashion, who cares? You know, who really gives a shit? Why you gotta be neat and tidy with some of this shit? But again, it could just be an OCD fucking guy. Could have an issue with things just kind of littered across the floor. Who knows? But it's a little strange to me. Why use that bag as a trash can? All right, so let's see what we got here. This is the bedroom. Man, I think they gotta clean that thing, man. That's dirty. That's filthy. All right, so you know, the thermometer. So it's got a, I don't put a lot into people talking about using the heating system or vent system for any kind of, conspiracy or anything like that. I don't believe anybody climbed into this unit and slid down a bunch of fucking nails to, skewer themselves in the ventilation system. I don't buy that. This is a straight up and down system. I'm guessing this goes straight up and down for quite a few floors. I'm guessing you're gonna get sliced up doing that shit, and that's a suicide journey. The only thing I've ever heard that made any sense as far as this thing goes is the hard drive. Hard drive could be sitting at the bottom of the ventilation system, but That's just somebody's speculation. Somebody threw at me one time. The So the drills right next to this thing. I guess, yeah, okay. You could have drilled that right out, man. It would take a couple seconds. Not a big deal. Could have taken that thing apart. Why would he do that? I don't fucking know. So what else? We don't see much else in here. Like I said, I think these lights stay on consistently. It looks like this was taken during the daytime because you got some sunlight coming in through the open window there, the broken window there. What else we got? We got Chase Lounge. It's another one of those words I fucking hate. Not sure what that is. I guess one of his shirts he probably wore. Everyone thinks it's a brown shirt. Looks a little rust colored to me. Not sure what this is or that. But yeah, he's got some boxes. He's got some boxes stacked in the fucking corner there. But he uses his bag for trash. I don't know why he uses the bag for trash when you could just chuck him in the fucking corner like that. I know he filled that bag up, so that's why he started doing this. But yeah, interesting. And then we don't get a really good look at the fan. I'm always kind of curious what kind of fan this guy put in this thing. You can't really get any definition on that thing. I know everyone was saying computer fan, all that sort of stuff, because it's a small fan, it fit in something like that, but that don't look like a computer fan I've ever seen. And computer fans are powered. They're externally powered through USB usually. Well, it's not USB. I can't remember what the connectors are for that, but the pin connectors on those. I guess they do have USB powered ones also. So I'm not sure exactly what the deal is there. I don't know how the fan is powered. It's got to have some sort of battery in it. Realistically, it could be one of those cheesy little fans you get at the carnivals or whatever on hot days and shit like that. Blow fucking water at you or something like that. I mean, it could be anything, but yeah, it's kind of interesting because those would be battery powered. Not too sure on that, so I'm not really going to put much into that. That is interesting, though. One conversation, since you're in here watching, I'll explain it. One conversation we had about this blue hose is, I never bought the whole fucking thing where, a lot of motherfuckers in the early days, and I think people are still saying this shit. A lot of people were saying, well, he was going to chuck this hose out the broken window, and that was going to be his breathing apparatus. That was why he was doing that. If you're going to do that, man, why have a 25-foot fucking hose? Why would you have a 25-foot fucking hose, man? Because that thing's going to pull your dentures right out of your fucking mouth when it hits bottom there. It's going to fucking yank on your shit. So why not just do a little 5-foot hose? That'd probably be enough. 6-foot hose. I don't see, and you can cut this open pretty easily. So I never believed that was the case. I believe the way this is situated is the way he meant it to be used. So yeah, this was going to go into this room, pull air out of this room, push it into that room, into his mouth. And one conversation we had was, why no gas mask? Why none of this bullshit? Why didn't this guy go buy a gas mask for this thing? We were kind of saying, man, what if this guy what if he was super paranoid? What if he thought he was being watched, and he had a feeling that somebody was watching his ass, man. He was afraid of what he was buying, afraid to buy certain things, at this point when he came up with this plan, this idea. Now, why the no earplugs? That I don't get, man, because any gun store sells earplugs. It's not fucking uncommon to have earplugs. It's not a big fucking deal. This fucking thing, though, gas masks. I guess if the FBI is watching your ass and you think they're watching your ass, then buying a gas mask might be a little bit of a red flag. Not really all that sure. I mean, bought a couple off Amazon myself just for all the craziness going on in the world. Yeah, just for survivalist stuff. But let's see. He may not. He may be having to have it to be sucking air put close to the return. You know what? I don't know if that would have worked though. I don't know if that hose. Maybe the hose wasn't as long as he thought it would be. Because what this would be, the air pushes out right here, right? Am I right? Am I wrong? Oh no, the air pushes out up here. It sucks in right here. This is the so the air would be pushing out of this right here. The air would be sucking in right here. So he would have to probably tape this up to this somehow if he was gonna do that. No, I mean that's funny. That's good, man. I like that. I like it when people challenge ideas. Um, no, I mean that's pretty awesome. But the problem is with that idea is it's not long enough. This thing looks like it's hitting pretty much max, uh, where it's going to land, and I don't even remember seeing where it ended. If it was actually going to work in the fashion that he wanted, because I don't remember if the thing actually ended, close enough to the window where he could actually utilize this and put this into this room. Maybe that's why it's not even reaching into the room because he fucked up and he didn't have it long enough. But yeah, it's interesting. That blue hose has always been a pain in the ass. Kind of like the fucking backpack. Let's see. So Pillar was. And no, it's not you gibberish, dude. It's just I'm fried from trying to read this thing. Let's Pillar at the west of the desk. Um, yeah, there's Pillar. An empty red gym bag and an Anran home security system box were on the floor west of the Pillar. An open suitcase and a drill were on top of the chaise lounge. Okay. Yeah, we do see a picture of that later, but not here. Um, well, open suitcase, but not the drill. Chaise Lounge, which was along the south wall. There were chargers plugged into the south wall west of the Chaise Lounge. Yeah, we see that in these pictures here. But real quick, I want to look from this perspective, this angle. Okay, so I'm guessing, is that the Anran box? Anran box? Not sure, really sure what the fuck that is. Is that's the back of the Chaise Lounge? Okay, so that's the back of the Chaise Lounge. That's the foot of it, I'm guessing. Well, no, that's not the foot of it. That's not even part of it. But Chaise Lounge, guessing that's the empty Enram box, which is weird, right? Is it empty? Did they say it's empty, or am I just putting out those words into this? Because another thing that was interesting to me, an open suitcase. Let's see, a gym bag, an Anran home security system box. Okay, so it doesn't say it's empty, right? It doesn't say it's empty. Yeah, I think the return's at the bottom down here. Usually it is. Usually that's the return, and that's where it blows shit in. Because when you're blowing cold air in, the cold air goes down. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not an HVAC guy, but I believe that's how that works. So the NRAM box doesn't say it's empty. That's interesting. I always thought it was empty. I don't know. Maybe in the stuff later, we'll find out that it was empty. Not really sure about that. Because if it's empty, man, these Anran systems, they don't usually come with one camera. They usually come with four. And they have four, I believe they have 4, 6, 8 when I looked them up, if I remember right, for that year. So if you had 4 cameras and that bag was empty, that means there's 3 cameras set up somewhere else in their same system. And the monitor was not set up for a single camera. The monitor was set up for 4 cameras. So I'm guessing this was a 4-camera system at the very least. Not sure where the other cameras were. So, I mean, I'm always wondering if this guy just brought this fucking thing from his house. If he's kind of an asshole that keeps the boxes forever and set this Anran system up at his home. Of course, I don't know. We have, I think, video footage of his home. But he set this up at his home. And that one camera was just the one camera he decided to bring along with the tablet that came along with it. Not too sure though, but that always kind of interests me. We'll find out later when we get to all the reports and stuff like that, because I never really scrutinized those too hard. read through them, but I never really scrutinized them. I never went this, crazy into things, uh, unless someone told me to. Let's see. So there's a drill. There's a drill. It's Chase Lounge. That would be, and these photos are real deceiving because that would be the front room over here on this side. And then we got the chargers, of course. Looks like quite a few chargers, possibly one for the drill, maybe. I don't know if maybe that right there is a battery for this drill right here. I don't think those are all phone chargers. In fact, I don't know if any of those are phone chargers. It's possible. There were chargers plugged in the south wall west of the Chase Lounge. Yeah, they see that. Okay, and then we go to the desk. And as far as this stuff goes, we got we got a scuba mask here. See, the scuba mask is another thing, man. You don't need a gas mask if you have his little contraption there. You got the scuba mask to block your eyes. You got the but see, he didn't use this, man. And it looks like he didn't have any real use for it. It's not in the trash though. See, he even uses whatever this bag is here, right? For the trash. Well, no, that's a trash can. That's the bag they use for trash. He actually threw his Pepsi can in here. So this was like trash. This was like ammo boxes. Huh. He had them separated. That's something. A couple bullets up here. Not sure why he's got some extra bullets up there. I guess they wouldn't fit in the clips or something of that nature. Or his fingers just started hurting. Scissors. Looks like pliers. Looks like a mini screwdriver possibly. And a scuba mask. Like I said, scuba mask could be the second half of a gas mask. Who's going to use that? Yeah. I think Eddie Schmitz went actually into the house when they were selling it. So I'm not sure if those security cameras still would have been up when they sold the house. They might have pulled them down because that would have been kind of false advertising, saying there's a security system there when it was disconnected. This is I believe that's a pamphlet for the Mandalay Bay. I believe that's like the room service, shit like that. This looks like a fanny pack to me, but I'm not really sure. Not positive what this is. Binoculars. He had a couple pairs of binoculars. Not sure why one dude would need 2 pairs of binoculars, 3 pairs of gloves. I believe 2 pairs of sandals and then a pair of shoes. This guy had a lot of things that were kind of interesting. But yeah, the scuba mask would have been the second part of the gas mask, I would think. And I would have expected to see this over by where he was shooting all the stuff out. But then again, he was kicking up so much shit in that room. Maybe you put it up in this room, and maybe those doors were closed at some point. So they didn't get as much dust in here. So then when he put those on, didn't trash his eyes. Oh, and I'm lagging, looks like. Let me see if I'm still going here. Yes, looks like I'm still going. Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit. All right, so that looks like little baggies from the evidence of what's his name, the Hague trial. That looks like the baggied evidence of the bullets came in those. Possibly what those bullets are from. That's interesting because the Hague box was actually in the other room, I believe. The box of Hague ammunition was over in 134, but this looks like a little baggies. You put the ammunition in. He put like I forget what it was. Put like 8 of them in here, and then he listed them for whatever ungodly amount of money he was charging to do this bullshit. And then the ammunition stuff. I believe these are ammunition. The inside of what's inside of these boxes holds the ammunition. I'm not a big gun guy, but I believe they come in these little plastic holders. The motherboard for the Dell, I guess the Dell. We don't know for sure, but I guess the Dell laptop he tore apart to get the hard drive out. So that would be the piece of the missing hard drive. I'm not sure what that says. I brought a lot of boxes up. I'm guessing the ammunition was in these boxes. I'm not sure how much. Yeah, the tracers. Yeah, these are for the. Well, they said he sold them like fuck, dude. It was crazy. Armor piercing, um, incendiary rounds or some shit like that. APIs, armor piercing incendiaries, and you can actually read how those work, which is interesting because I'm not up on my ammunition and my guns and stuff like that. I don't know much about it, so it was actually kind of an interesting read going through those his court stuff. Not sure what the hell that is. A little metal bar right there. Not sure what that is. Um, I'm not even sure what this is. I think this is the power supply box for the power supply, whatever the fuck you use the power supply for. Um, yeah, I'm not even sure about that. Um, I remember 10 going off about this paddle bit right here. I'm not sure what I guess that's what he was, looks like it might have some white dust on it. So maybe that's what he was using to drill into the door. But then how long is this fucking extension cord, man? That extension cord's got to be a long fucking extension cord for this guy to want to take that thing. Although he could have pulled the entire extension cord out. And let's see if I can get back up here. Let's see. Let's get to this picture here. He could have pulled that whole thing out with the extension cord, and he could have had it plugged in right here. I don't know why he would have replugged in whatever this is. Not sure what that actually is. I guess it doesn't. Well, there's some cord going up to the fridge, so I don't know how many plugs are on this thing. But yeah, I would think maybe he possibly plugged it in here and then had a long enough extension cord to reach the door over there. So that's what that looks like to me. Why he brought it back in this room, probably so he wouldn't trip off of it. But I would think, I mean, if you could do something like this, man, why not just leave that bitch on the floor? Yeah, just dump it underneath that table, and who gives a shit at that point? It doesn't really fucking matter anymore. Now, if you're going to go out like that. But, guy was a clean freak, I guess. I don't fucking know. The guy had some OCD issues, apparently. This drill, fuck, man. This drill is fucking a nightmare. And I mean, not for the reason most people would expect this to be a nightmare, but this was one of the nightmares with Hunter. This was this was well, that fucking guy, he was just he was just I think that guy went to jail because they were proving a point with him. He took the fall for everybody who might be thinking about doing the same thing, or who at the time probably was doing the same thing. This drill right here. Problem with this drill right here that I've had for a while now. Videos after videos were made about this fucking drill. And, most people wouldn't even realize it, but the problem with this drill is you look at it and you imagine, how did you put that down? If you had this drill in your hand, how would you lay that drill down? Because, left-handed, right-handed, it doesn't really fucking matter. You walk into this room and this drill looks like it was put down by somebody standing on the other side of this chaise lounge. But it wasn't. It was obviously put down by someone either right here or over here, but most likely right here because, this would be a little bit of a reach for an old man with a bad back. So right here. So he puts the drill down right here, man. How would you expect that drill to be facing? Not this direction. You'd expect it to be facing the other direction, that or standing up on end, either facing out towards the end of the chaise lounge or facing towards the wall. It's really strange that it was facing this direction. And man, we had some arguments over that one. Fuck. But so that's the thing. That's one of the interesting things that was never really brought to public about that fucking drill. Oh, and then the Chargers. Yeah, let's see what we can see on the Chargers real quick. I have scrutinized these photos from time to time, so this is not really that new. But that looks to me like something you would plug the drill into on that right there. This right here, I can't tell. I'm not sure what the fuck that is. Um, it has little, cables. He's good with cable management as far as this stuff goes. I mean, he did all right with it. All right, moving on. I gotta get through this report eventually. Let's see. The bed was along the south wall with nightstands on either side. The following items were located on the bed: a Dell laptop computer. All right. So what, this guy had 3 Dells? This guy loved his Dell laptops because, well, no, this would be the second Dell. This would be the second or third. No, this would be the second because the one in the front room was like an Asus or some shit like that. And then he had a Hewlett Packard and 134. So, yeah, this guy had looked like 2 Dell laptop computers, but I believe there might have been one taken from the residence. I don't remember. I'm going to have to look that up again. But so here's a Dell laptop computer. Which once we get to the searches and stuff like that, we'll see some stuff about this. Passport, the name is Stephen Paddock. He had his passport, man. Now, somebody told me like it's kind of normal to carry your passport around when you're traveling, and stuff like that. I don't know. Personally, maybe you use that to get on the plane, stuff like that. I'm not even sure. I'll tell you, man. I when I go to work, man, I have a bag of cables and cords that charge various iPhones, iPads. A outlet for what do you call it? A charger for a wall, and then a charger for headphone jack, and then a dongle for. Yeah, I got a bag full of shit that I have to take everywhere because everything takes different cables these days. But yeah, this guy brought a lot of cables. Passport name is Stephen Paddock again. Someone told me that, oh, well, it's kind of normal, especially if he's going on planes and shit like that. He's just using his passport instead of using his ID. But he wasn't traveling internationally at this point, so I mean, that's kind of awkward. 4 Home Depot gift cards. Those gift cards were a promotion, I believe. This is something that came out. Well, something I figured out. Because I know people that are into gambling and shit like that. Home Depot in 2018, I believe it was June of 2018, started handing out Home Depot gift cards to people who had a certain level at MGM, and you could go there and pick up these Home Depot gift cards, but you had to go there on the premises and pick them up. So I believe that Home Depot has a promotion with MGM, and that's where you got the Home Depot gift cards. You just decide to pick them up for some weird ass fucking reason. I don't know. They never said he used them, so he has checkbook with him. Okay, yeah, whatever. Cash out voucher for the Palms Casino dated 8/28/2017. I've been looking for him in the Palms. I mean, honestly, bro. I mean, this thing's been crazy. We've been trying to find any footage with Paddock in it, anything. I mean, I've looked up during the Life is Beautiful festival. Started looking up people's YouTube accounts for Life is Beautiful, people that were there, and walked up and down Fremont Street. It's a needle in a haystack. Looked up Palms Casino, in 2017. Tried to find any fucking, anything with this guy in it. Haven't seen shit. This guy's a fucking ghost. But then again, he gambled late at night. So a lot of people don't film late at night, not at 3 in the morning and shit like that. So, you may not actually see him in any of this. So there were 3 suitcases west of the bed, 2 of which were, but one day we'll see. Someday we're going to find this son of a bitch in something. I see a lot of people look like him, but it's like you can't prove it's him. And there's a lot of half-bald fucking people running around Vegas at any time, so it's just hard to prove it. There were 3 suitcases west of the bed. two of which were empty and one had clothing inside. Television was on the dresser north of the bed. So empty suitcases. I don't know what ammunition, probably ammunition. It's always amazing to me how how he pulled all these guns up. Because I think the one thing that was crazy was this guy had to have broken those guns down and put them all back together in this fucking room. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know how hard that is to do that. To be honest with you, I just watch military. In any military thing, man, you see people breaking down guns in seconds and putting them back together. But man, it seems like a lot of little parts in those guns, man, to keep together. Let's see. Television was on the dresser north end of the bed. There were drill bits and tools on top of the dresser, which I don't think we see that. 8 empty rifle magazines were on the floor below the west end of the dresser. And by magazines, I think they mean real magazines, if I remember right. Not like ones that hold bullets, but actual magazines. An open suitcase with a toolbox inside was east of the dresser. Okay, I don't think we see that. The closet was located along the wall east of the bed with a single shirt and a white bathrobe hanging inside. He has a single shirt hanging up. What the fuck is that about? Just one shirt. He had all this crap and the luggage, man. He didn't unpack anything but one single shirt. I mean, was this a shirt he wore and changed out on the night of what was that the 30th, the morning of 30th or some shit like that? Was that the brown or the blue shirt that he changed out for the white shirt? Not too sure. That's the only time I can prove he changed in this room. All right, so bedroom stuff. Exciting. It's not really much here. It's my memory. Yeah, not much going on here. I don't know why that pillow's up there. I guess maybe they took it off the bed to see if anything was under it. I don't know why that pillow's up there. Maybe he's one of those guys who sleeps with a pillow between his legs, to help with the back and shit. Maybe that's why it's up there. I don't know. That looks like an alarm clock, typical alarm clock for that hotel. I believe when I stayed there, they still had these little square alarm clocks. Yeah, all this stuff, man. Whatever. I don't know why he's got these little folders and shit like this here, man. That's crazy. Not sure what these are. I don't know if these are the little baggies or what that is. More Hague ammunition. I don't fucking know. And all this crap, not sure what any of that is. Passport, that looks like a passport to me. Not sure where the Home Depot gift cards are. I don't know what the hell this is. Can't get enough resolution on this to tell. So not really sure what all that is. And yeah, there's not really much else in this to my memory. Bunch of suitcases. This pillow looks fucking dirty as fuck, but it's not. It's just the way the pillow is. Yeah, coupon clipping. Yeah, can you imagine that shit? He had a shit ton of coupons in there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 suitcases. Yeah, I believe one had clothes in it, and the other two were empty. I have a bunch of clothes, man. Why bother? Shit, why change it all while you're there? But yeah, he had a lot of. I don't know why he had all those clothes. Yeah, I don't know why he just brought him home. Why he didn't just bring him home? Instead of dragging him over all the way over here. Because if he grabbed him from the Ogden and brought him over here, I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird thing. The attached southeast bathtub had a tub along the north wall with two glass vacuum suction holders on top of the tub edge. A sink counter was along the south wall with toiletries to include a prescription for diazepam in the name of Stephen Paddock and 2 inhalers. The toilet room was to the east with a pair of boxers and a pair of shoes on the floor. Not too sure. I mean, I don't know, and that's over the fixtures. So that's I know that was the thing for a few there, but that's over the fixtures. So there's just some hot water or cold water valve under this. Is all that is. This is a little walking area right here. Not sure what these are. Never really understood these, man. I know people were saying like the big one could possibly be so he could actually get out of the tub since the guy's got a bad back. But I mean, if you got a bad back, would you even use this tub? I mean, maybe you would. Let's say you would. Let's say he was having fucking Roman orgies in this fucking room, and so he did have to get in and out of this tub. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You gonna stick those this piece of glass right here? Pull yourself up on that piece of glass? I'd be a little nervous about that, man. Actually, if you pull this whole fucking thing down and comes shattering down on top of you. Um, Strange things, man. And then that doesn't explain this little piece of shit right here. This little thing, I mean, what the fuck was that for? That doesn't make any sense, And since it's in the bathroom, of course, everybody's attributing it to the bathroom, which makes a little bit of sense. I mean, why did it end up here in the first place? But, you know, not sure what the hell, the little one would be for if the big one was, in fact, so he could get in and out of this tub easily. Um, Not really, yeah. That never really made any sense to me. These things don't make any sense, and I've never heard anybody with a decent enough explanation to make those make sense. To forget all about those. I mean, at one point, I was entertaining the idea that maybe those were handles for doors. Maybe you go and slap those up against the door, but that would indicate that something was wrong with the handle at that point, and that he needed to get out. But yeah, he never pulled any handles off doors. If he would have went into the foyer and pulled the handle right out of that son of a bitch, and then stuck these up against it so he could actually get in and out and use it, that would be something. Or if the doors for the adjoining room 134 opened outwards instead of inwards, which they don't, they both open inwards into the rooms themselves. So let's say 134, he left that unlocked, and that way, if he left that room 134 unlocked, he left 135 unlocked, and he wanted to get in 134, but the door is closed, but it's still unlocked. You can just push the damn door, to my knowledge. I think it has a handle on the other on that side. But if it could be pulled out, I could see him putting a plug or a blank in there, or somehow fucking with it, and then using this as an actual handle for the door. But no, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So was he gonna use this to try and pull the window out on the the windows that he broke? For 134, 135 doesn't make a lot of sense, man. Because as soon as you hit those windows with something, they're going to splinter and spider web. He had a glass cutter somewhere, but they never show the glass cutter, so we don't know the size of the glass cutter. But even if you're going to, bring a glass cutter with you in something like this, those fucking windows are thick, man. They're no joke. So I don't know if a regular standard glass cutter is going to work for those things. And even if you did, you got a double pane glass, right? So you open a 1-inch hole into a piece of glass. Now you got another piece of glass on the other side that you got to open another 1-inch hole in, which becomes an awkward situation. So unless he had plans to break open one piece of the glass without hitting the other, and then maybe thinking that the outside glass was when people were going to be aware that he was there, break open the inside and then go to the outside piece later. So you had just one pane of glass at that point. I mean, that's the only thing that makes any sense to me. But these fucking things, I mean, they were never used, obviously. I don't think. But yeah, it's kind of a strange thing. And no, plus they tempered, can't cut glass after it's ran through a furnace. Yeah, see, I don't know enough about glass, man. So yeah, I'm sure you know more than I do about that. So yeah, I don't understand. These suction cups never made a lot of sense. Never made a lot of sense at all to me. I don't know what he was thinking with those things. Obviously, it looks like he didn't use them. So I guess whatever plan he had with them didn't pan out anyway. One thing that is possible. I just thought of this. Um, so imagine this shit, right? Do we have a picture of the room? Do we have a picture of the window? I know we do, but how far up is it? Am I going to be able to see it without going crazy here? Do we have a picture of the fucking broken window? I just want to see the broken fucking window. Um, let's see what these pictures look like. Um, nah, we don't. But I mean, we do, but I don't want to look for it. So imagine like you're gonna break out this fucking window, right? The window he has, like, let's say this is the fucking window, right? You know, you got the square window, and you just shattered this fucking thing, man. This thing is now unstable. It's no longer of any, use, and you're thinking you're going to go stand right on the ledge of this window, and you're going to be looking down 36 floors. So what would happen if you stuck a suction cup like the one he had, because the one he had has a handle, and that was your basically your handle for holding yourself up when you're looking down? I mean, because obviously you're not going to sit there on the ledge shooting a bump stock. That's stupid. But let's say you wanted to look down 36 floors, and it's going to be a little fucking scary. You don't want to put your hand on broken glass, so stick a suction cup on the side there, so you got a little bit of a handle to hold on to that's not part of the glass, I guess, and you can look down, down below. Plus, the handle will be a lot more stable than him wearing gloves and holding onto a piece of glass, looking down 36 floors. I don't know. That makes sense to me. That is possible. It wasn't. I don't think it was used for that, but it's possible to me that that could have been a possible use for it in his head. Just thinking out loud, shit like that. Now, the little one, not sure, dude. Don't know what the fuck that is. I mean, to me, it almost looks like you could plug the drain with that, but those drains, they have their own plugs. All right, so sitting area. Moving on. Sitting area was north of the foyer, floor to ceiling windows, covered by curtains, extended along the length of the north end of the suite. There was a couch along the north side of the room, a coffee table south of the couch, and two chairs. Okay, on north end, coffee table south of the couch. Oh, we're not talking about this area. Shit. Okay. And two chairs pushed together facing one another. Yes, we are. South of the coffee table. Pillars were located near the northeast corner of the sitting area and northeast corner of the living room. There's a coffee table on both sides, right? Am I tripping? There's one here too. There's one here. There's one here. They're on both sides. All right. Well, whatever, dude. They missed coffee table. I guess it doesn't really fucking matter. But it's, whatever. Fucking idiots. Okay, so here's where the snorkel ends, man. So this thing's pretty fucking tight, dude. This didn't make it to his window of choice. It really didn't make it that far. So this could have been for use if he felt he had to bunker down and fire out the door, possibly, but it was not going to make it to where he was shooting out the window. He was not going to be well, that's good because I don't know shit about glass. I do know the double pane because I did go there and check them out. I think I got some video of that. But yeah, so that's interesting. Because yeah, that's really interesting. The this thing it's not going to make it, to where he was shooting out that window. So he ran out of cable, it looks like, and he fucked up. He didn't get the right length. That's what it looks like to me. That, or this was not meant for that. This was meant to shoot out the fucking door. But why is it laying over here? And if that's the case, why didn't you just use this window? It's fucking bizarre. I don't know. That's fucking weird. I always guess he used the window that he used so that he had this pillar for cover in case somebody came through the door charging out and shooting at him. But I don't know. So let's see here. Let's zoom in like normal. Let's see what we see in this thing. These curtains were closed when they came in the room. To me, that was interesting. This curtain was opened by the police the night of the breach, actually. I believe our favorite cop that goes up there and says, we have windows, we have curtains open. Well, no, actually, they were open at that point when he went up and said we have curtains open on a window that's not broken. Somebody, I think, opened those the curtains that night, because I remember watching the breach, and on the breach, these things were closed until that guy walked in, and all of a sudden they're open. So not too sure about that. He's got a clip right here. So yeah, I mean, this guy could have been setting this thing up so that he grab this clip if he needed it, and then fire down the hallway. Let's see. And so, okay, and we'll get to the hammer eventually, and I'll tell you what my idea is behind that window, because I've probably told it before on this, but I'm not sure. And I've been discussing it with other people that were in this community that are no longer here, but anyway. Yeah, so what is that? Looks like a little piece of something damaged. Again, the snorkel. Is that the clip that got switched out? Most likely, that's the one that got used. Got a stack of clips. Don't know why why he stopped when he did. He didn't burn through that stack of clips. This looks like a clip used for the door, so possibly, he was worried about having to get down. I guess maybe now. Shit. I'm thinking what could be a possibility. Man, this thing looks beat up. I don't know. I don't know a lot about guns, man, but that gun looks like it's been beat up. It looks fucked up. It looks like it's got some, it's, I know it's not rust, but it looks like it's been beat. It's been through the fucking ringer. Maybe that's why this is rust colored, man. But anyway, get off that shit. I wonder if this was his last stand position right here, man. I wonder if that was where he was going to make his stand. Right there. Got all his fucking ammunition right there. He's got his rifles right here. He's got his all his clips right here. He's got the breathing apparatus right here. Not sure why that clip is in the couch, but who the fuck knows? Wonder if that's where his last stand was going to be when they barged in the room. If this was going to be his cover, these two chinguses right here, man. I wonder if that was the plan. I'm actually really starting to wonder that, just looking at this, because that's exactly where the hose ends, and that's where it's set up to. He's got all his clips here. Got all his clips right here. I always wonder why these clips were set up right here. It doesn't make any fucking sense to anything whatsoever. He's putting his guns up here in the tub. Not too sure. All right, let's get off of this. Whoops. All right, so back to this. Let's see. So, yeah, we just got through that. All right. So, a rifle magazine was between the west and central couch cushions. Yeah, we saw that on the north couch. The coffee table was covered by. They don't say whether it was loaded or not. The coffee table was covered by white towels. All right, right there. A rifle and an empty rifle magazine were on the coffee table. Okay, at least they tell you that one's empty. So that one is empty. I thought he only reloaded once. So what the fuck is this? What is that? A rifle and empty rifle magazine were on the coffee table. There are 4 rifles sitting. And again, this gun here, obviously was used to shoot out the window. It's in a weird position. Okay. Yeah, I'm good old Farmer. Shit. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Farmer. So this stuff, this gun here, man, same thing as the drill, man. Where do you think homeboy was standing when we put this gun down? It looks like probably on this side. So that does kind of make sense the way he aimed that thing, I guess. Yeah, I've done some Farmer videos in the past, man. I don't think he likes me too much. Anyway, so he would have been standing on this side, put the gun down here, man. What was this gun used for, man? Was that like I said, was that the in case the door got breached? Was that the oh shit gun? Um, I don't know. Interesting to me. You know, like I said, you got all these rifle mags in here, man. These are not even 100-round mags in this thing. Those I don't think are either. So what are you gonna do with those, man? What are you gonna do with those? And those don't look like they're standing up. I can't tell. Let's see. Because the other picture, it looks like those are standing straight the fuck up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of an illusion. But yeah, I mean, look at all these magazines, dude. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit. Yeah, what were you going to use these for? Because they're not the 100 rounds. They're not these things over here. These either. You know, and I always thought it was interesting they used different magazines. I always figured the different magazines were for the different ammunition, but the majority of his armor, well, I think all of his armor-piercing ammunition, if you look in the Hague documents, they were all for. None of them were for 226 or whatever the fuck these fire. They were all for that, you know, the 308s and stuff like that, because he was taking bullets out of 30-06s that are legal to have armor piercing incendiaries in those 30-06s because nobody gives a shit about those and they're not regulated as hard. And he was taking the tips out of those and putting the tips on those into a 308. So, or whatever the fuck those things fire in the other room. Again, I'm not necessarily a gun person. So, but that was my understanding of the Hague documents. And there's a clip. So yeah, these clips are always interesting because I think these are like 40 rounds, 60 rounds, something like that. Same with these. I always figured the different colored clips would be different types of ammunition, but apparently not. They're all kind of, and then later when you get into the ammunition that was actually fired and the what you call it, the not ballistics, because I know that's not the right term, but when they show all the ammunition that was actually fired and the rounds that were picked up in this room, it's fucking chaos, man. He fired a lot of every type of ammunition that he had. He had like 3 or 4 different types of ammunition that he could buy, or that he bought. Probably anything he get his hands on in bulk. You think those are empty? No, those ain't empty, dude. There's no way. Those are not fucking empty. I'll tell you right now, those things are not fucking empty. You can see the bullets sticking out of those things. Those are not empty. We saw it on the other picture. That's the reason I wanted to look at those, because we saw it on a picture. Where was it? Let's see. It's not there. It's is it here? Right here. Yeah. This is the only reason I really wanted to look at that, because I saw it right here. Right. I don't know. I mean, you know, it looked loaded to me, but you know, I could be fucking wrong. But why would he throw a bunch of empty mags out there in the middle of his little shooting field? I don't know. But again, you could be right, dude. Too. That could be just an illusion, man. I'm looking at. You know, those things could be. You know, could be whatever that is, bronze colored or whatever the fuck inside. All right, so down here. So these were, yeah, these red tips. I don't fucking know. You know, that's just the frangible stuff, I'm guessing. He was firing out the fucking window. Let's see. There was a stack of 14 loaded rifle magazines on the west side of the northeast pillar. A blue plastic tube with a snorkel mouthpiece attached with green tape to the east end, and a black funnel with a fan inside at the west end extended from the east side of the suitcases across coffee table to the west side of the room, adjacent to the doors of the west bedroom, which, yeah, pretty much, yeah, pretty much what we're seeing here. Let's see. Oh, you're talking about the ones leaning against the pillar? Let's see. I'm trying to see what you're saying. You're saying these right here? Is that what you're saying? So I'll tell you, that's these right here. purple, the white bottom. That's purple pillar. That's purple pillar right there. These are loaded, man. These ones right here are all loaded. That one I'm not too sure about. That one, it says in the report, is empty. So yeah, no, these are all fucking loaded, man. These are right here, and you can even see them stacked up in that you got 2 stack right here, 2 stack, 3 stack, 3 stack, and then looks like a 4 stack, and then a 5 stack right here. So that's all the same stuff. Those are the ones he didn't get around to shooting. Which again, why did he stop shooting? It's one of the mysteries here. So there's a stack 14 loaded rifle magazines. Okay, so that's the one we just saw on the west side of the northeast pillar. So that's what we just showing. A blue plastic tube, snorkel mouthpiece attached to green tape at the east end, the funnel, whatever the fuck, cross coffee table to the west side of the room, adjacent to the doors of the west bedroom. So he was smart here. He pushed this thing up against here so that the tube would not get stuck underneath the table and snag. So I guess that was kind of a smart thing. Because if he yanked on that tube, it got stuck underneath this table, it probably ripped the mouthpiece right out of it. Empty mag, you can tell that one's empty. Just more of the same garbage. All the pillows thrown over there. I'm not sure. I think those pillows were there at the breach, though. So I think he actually threw those pillows. So he didn't really give a fuck about making a mess, which is strange. Not sure if that's loaded or empty. Not really sure. I mean, it could be either. I could go either way on that one. So yeah, that cooler top, man, that thing fucking blew halfway across the room. Why didn't the cooler go with it? Something's in that cooler, man. Something's definitely in that cooler. All right, so there's the pillar. I forget what they said was on the other side of the pillar, a couple bags or something. That's the NRAM box right there. And then this will be the desk right here, and there's a chair. All right. And there's the coffee table. They decided not to put it in the report. But whatever. Wow, there's some pretty definable debris right there. That looks like part of the door. That looks like part of the outside of the door. Not too sure, but yeah, that's what that looks like, man. They fucking made a mess of this place, dude. There's just shit everywhere. They still got the price tag, it looks like, on the tube. Not sure, but that's what that looks. That, or that could be a connector. You know what? There could be. He could have just had a connector or something, because it doesn't look like tape. It looks like either PVC or a fucking price tag. All right, so what we got? Chair facing south with a side table to the east. Let's see, chair facing? Yeah, okay, we're talking about the other one now. Okay, here's the window. So imagine looking out this fucking window, man. 36 floors down. That's crazy. That's fucking nuts. Of course, I think this is only about 3.5 feet right here. So he still had plenty of window to not really have too much of a problem. But it looks like about 3.5 feet to me. Ah, shit. Anyway, before I get to that, let me finish reading here, and then because I got a lot to say about this stupid window. Chair facing south with a side table to the east was along the west end, along the northeast bank of windows right here. The window located immediately east of the northwest pillar was shattered with glass on the floor below it. Yes, here and here. A blue and yellow S-wing hammer was on the floor at the east side of the northeast pillar, south of the broken window. The head of the hammer had tape wrapped around it. The curtains in place over the broken window were damaged. 2 rifles with bipods were on the floor south of the chair. Yeah, I'm sure those curtains got shredded throughout the night. There's the hammer. And yeah, it's like literally right in front of the fucking window, isn't it? And these pictures were taken at different times, obviously, because they wrapped the window, the curtains up on this one. So this was more what it looked like in the night when all this fucking went down. So trying to think. So you got the chair's right in front of the window. So this hammer's right here. I think you see the head of it right there. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I don't know. The outside's just like a giant mirror. These fucking things. I'm not really sure, dude. I don't know enough about glass to be going into that. But see, what I'm thinking happened here, and I've been kind of spouting this off lately to people. Wait, 2 rifles with bipods were on the floor south of the chair. Yeah, there and there. The famous rifle over his leg. Uh, what I think happened with all this, yeah, and I mean, but these, I don't think this glass was really, it's thick. So, when you cut up thick glass, I know there's still gonna be sharp edges on it, but it's not gonna be as bad as, breaking a fucking window in your house or something like that, where it just shatters into tiny ass fucking pieces and you're, getting shards of glass in your feet for days. I don't think it's like that. All right. Anyway, let me explain this because this is something I've been going over with quite a few people. And, now I got something to add to it with the fucking suction cup bullshit. I think this window was hammered in 2 different things. Now, there was a thing with, and again, this is a Hunter thing. This ain't mine. He was always wondering why the hammer's in 135. Why is the hammer 135 when he obviously broke out 134 second? He broke out 135. Then he went over to 134, brought the hammer with him, obviously, broke out that whole fucking son of a bitch, and then came back over here. But somehow, for some reason, he brought the fucking hammer. And I think, like I said, I think I've said this before. I think I've mentioned this to, on streams before, and not sure how many people listen to it, but I really don't care. What I think actually happened with this, I think this window was actually busted out in 2 different sections. And I think that's the only way this makes sense. The problem is like his shooting position, right? Because we're looking down at this festival. So he was shooting from over at this angle, right? Obviously, because he was hitting right here behind this chair. So he wasn't shooting from where they're taking this actual picture because, and that's a huge misnomer, right? So he was shooting over from this area over here. So what I think is most probable as far as how this hammer ended up where it ended up is this guy busted out right here. He busted out the bottom here. Fucking shredded the bottom of this fucking window. And that's only maybe about what, a foot and a half? Probably about a foot and a half, I'd say. Hit the window right here, busted out a piece. Then had to probably hit it twice because he had to hit both fucking panes. But actually, it looks like he busted out the inner pane because, this is where the inner pane would sit. So he busted out the inner pane quite a bit. He might have, like I said, he might have busted out that whole fucking inner pane of this fucking piece of glass, and then later worried about the outer stuff. But anyway, so I believe what happened is he busted out this about a foot and a half. Didn't worry about all this shit. Who cares about all this? You don't need this shit. It's hard to explain what I'm talking about, while I'm doing this, but if you can follow along, this guy busted out like a little piece down here and basically what happens at that point is when he lines this up to this part of the festival, when he lines it up right here, he gets maybe 4 feet back, 3 feet back, whatever. He can adjust his position within that, right? At that point, and dude, no, I can't. I can't draw on this. I'd have to actually draw this out to explain it completely. But let's say he breaks open this little piece of glass right here. Now, at this point, all he has to look at is the concert, right? Stands about 4 feet back. The only thing showing out of this window, the only thing showing out of the open part of the window is the VIP section of that fucking concert. All he has to do at this point is fire that bump stock. He doesn't have to aim for the concert. Doesn't have to do any of that shit. It's real simple. All he's got to do is aim out this little piece of fucking glass right there. As long as those bullets don't hit the glass, they actually go through the fucking broken piece of glass, they're going to hit in the right spot. That's his line of sight. His line of sight is this piece of glass right here or wherever, probably more right here. I would think more towards the center. And as long as it goes out that window, it's going to land exactly where he wants it to land, because that is the only thing that is in the line of sight of this fucking window at that point. He hasn't broken out the whole fucking thing. He's just broken out this little piece. The only thing showing out of that little piece of glass is that part of the venue, right? So to me, that makes the most sense. And then takes a hammer. Eventually, that hammer ends up over in 134 over there. Then eventually he brings it back, because at this point, he's no longer aiming at the VIP section, right? Now you got a bunch of people, that are, deceased over there in the VIP section. That's all you got left, man. Now you got everybody fucking running. They're over here across the street. They're running over here in places like that. So now he's got to bust out more of this fucking window. This big part of the window up here was not broken out that night. The window was broken out, to my memory, is broken out right about here. You can see that if you zoom in really closely on some of the photos. And this stuff, I believe, this stuff up top here was what shattered out later that night, about 1:30 in the morning, I think, when the cops are walking by underneath, and you can see it in the body cam, the glass falling on top of them. So I believe that this was all he fucking needed. It's about, I would say that's probably about, 4 feet? Maybe 4 feet of window? 3.5, 4 feet, something like that. So basically, 1.5 feet at the beginning. As long as you're shooting fucking rounds out that window, they're hitting in the VIP section. That's it. Don't gotta aim shit. Don't gotta do nothing, dude. Just gotta fucking aim 4 feet in front of you. It's gotta go out that window. If it goes out that window, it's gonna hit right where you need it to hit. And then later, as shit starts getting crazy, people start running. He of course takes the hammer over the other room, breaks out that whole son of a bitch, because that window don't matter at this point. And the obvious thing with only breaking out about a foot of this window, since these are giant fucking mirrors on the outside, nobody's going to see any muzzle blast, especially if you're shooting the gun from inside the room and not shooting it outside the room. So nobody's going to see the muzzle blast coming from outside the room, if there even is muzzle blast, which we have a report from a cop that we read the other day that said that he could actually see the shooter but could not see muzzle blast, but could see the smoke. So obviously this guy was using some kind of flash hider or some bullshit to mask what he was doing. But again, even if you do have muzzle blast, even if you have smoke or any of this bullshit, it's not going out that window in the early stages. It's staying inside the room. You only have a little piece here that's broken out. Everybody's looking at a giant fucking mirror, because that's all the Mandalay Bay is. And you're looking for a 1.5 foot fucking crack in, 30 something stories of fucking mirror. To me, that makes most sense to me. That's the only way I can make this hammer actually work and make sense. And to me, it actually sounds like the smarter of options to do. Because why break out this whole fucking window when you can just break out a little fucking section of it and you just aim right out that section and hit right where you need to fucking hit? That makes most sense to me. And then, like I said, later, when you got people over here running, you got people over here running, you got people, over here, stuff like that. At that point, you're going to bust out this whole motherfucker. Plus, you got cops down here you got to shoot at, so you're going to be right up against that window. Now, thing with suction cups, now imagine this, man. When you're going to walk right up on this window, now, if you're 6 foot, it ain't going to matter too much, right? Because if you're 6'1", like I said, this is probably about 3 foot. So, he ain't going to fall out this window. He's going to hit his head on this bullshit up here. But, what happens when you just throw a suction cup here, and that becomes your handle, man? You could stick your whole head out this motherfucker. Ain't going to be a fucking problem. Because you got a handle right next to you. That's something I just thought about. That's something that just came to fucking mind right now. Because, that would make it a lot easier to stick your head out of this window and look out the window. Of course, probably didn't need it. He's probably afraid to stick his head out at that point, because now there's cops everywhere crawling up his ass. So he wasn't going to stick his head out at that point, get it blown off. Oh, you're talking about taping the window? Is that what you're talking about? Like putting tape on the actual window itself so it doesn't shatter completely? That's possible, but he didn't do it. So it is possible that he did something like that, but we don't see any evidence of that down here. So that might have been a possibility. It might have been something he thought of doing. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? So like there's always been an issue. There's always been an issue of one of the discussions is did he mean to start shooting when he started shooting, or did he shoot out that window prematurely before he was even ready? Did something spark him to actually start this event? Possibly Campos, who knows? To actually spark the event. And if that's the case, and this was not really, he didn't mean to do it at this time. You might be right, man. He might have went and taped up this whole motherfucker, and then start breaking out little pieces one at a time. That's a possibility. Well, I mean, we can't zoom in any further, but these are all the bullet casings. These are all shell casings, which to me has always been interesting. I mean, I'm guessing what was happening here is he was firing back here somewhere, and as he's firing, these bullet casings are hitting this pillar and going all over the fucking place, and that's why they ended up over here, right? Wait, no, no, the shells would have gone this way, right? They go to the right, so shells would have been hitting over here. That's something that's always been weird, man. Never really been able to understand a lot of that because it's possible. You know what he had to have been doing for this to happen? Because we argued about this too, man. There's another thing we argued about a lot, right? Bullets shoot out to the right. They generally shoot out to the right unless you heavily, heavily modify a gun, which people don't do, and I don't think he did. Um, so I'm thinking the only way, the only way this is possible, the only way that this works is, and I think we can see it on the other slide here. Yeah. Since these windows were closed, since these blinds, these drapes or whatever were closed, um, so there's no light getting out. Of course, we can see the burn marks right here, right? So that tells you that most likely, and I think these are burn marks. I don't think these are cut marks from the glass. They look burned to me. So the guns are hitting this. The barrels of the guns are hitting this shit right here. And these are the only. This is only the part we can see. This here looks to me like the chair is burned. Also, I know on the other slide it looks like there's actual rounds sitting there. Here it doesn't look like rounds. Here to me it always looked burned to me. Um, so now if this guy had this behind him, draped behind, or this shear thing right here draped behind him, and he's shooting these rounds off. These rounds are going to land all over the fuck place. Let's say this thing was wrapped around the chair here, and you know, he would stick his head up under that, and start shooting, and his feet were maybe right about here, foot here, and he's shooting out that fucking window. And he's got the drape right here. That's the only way that makes sense to me that these rounds landed where they landed. Because if not, then they would have landed over here, which we do see some over here. But I would think you would have the majority of the rounds landing over here, not right here, not concentrated right there. So that tells me that most likely this was wrapped around the back of Paddock when he was shooting this thing. A couple times he fucked up and he hit this. Actually, not this one, but this one most likely. Um, Actually, no, wait. That one's the one blowing in. So, yeah, he probably had both of these fucking wrapped around behind him, and that's why we end up with the shell pattern that we end up with right here. I remember someone counted these, man. It's like, fuck, that's crazy, dude. It's like 700 or something crazy. Um, People are fucking nuts. People are more into this than I am. I don't know what that is right there, man. I don't know if that's a shadow or a reflection or what that is, but the this is not over his foot. Again, we don't know when these pictures were taken, so who the fuck knows? Um, why he chose to stand where he stood when he blew his fucking brains out is a fucking mystery to me. Uh, that's one of those things, man. It's really weird because I mean, he would have kicked his feet out, I guess. So he could have been standing 1 foot here, 1 foot here. And then as he fucking went down, man, his body started doing his fucking thing. He could have kicked his fucking feet out. He could have kicked this fucking rifle. Who knows? Um, I don't know how a body reacts when it gets shot in the fucking mouth, but I'm just saying. There's all kinds of possibilities there. And yeah, so like I said, bullet pattern. That's what I see there. And again, another thing is I would think, yeah, you could do suction cup here, man. You have a handle right here, man. You have a handle. You could, stick your head right out of this son of a bitch without worrying about, falling, you know, uh, 36 floors. But then again, it kind of points to a lot of this points to possibly that this event was sparked off when it wasn't meant to be, that it was premature, and they didn't mean to shoot when he shot. I always thought that, like, if he was going to do something like this, it'd be right at the end of the show, not at the beginning of the headlining act. But you know, what do I know? I'm just a dumb person on YouTube. But that's kind of what I think about that. High top table is centrally located along the northeast bank of windows with a loaded rifle magazine on the southeast end of the table. An open suitcase is on the floor south of the table with numerous loaded rifle magazines. Again, why? Okay, well, we don't have a picture of that table yet. An open suitcase on the floor south side of the table. Numerous loaded rifle magazines. A rifle with a bipod was on the floor southeast of the table. Now, the bipods don't make any sense anyway. I don't think anyone's ever going to be able to make sense of those. Yeah, that's just weird, man. I mean, maybe he thought of sniping some people towards the end there. Um, because he has something with a long range scope, it looks like right here, and one here. So maybe that was kind of the plan there once people start running and shit. But I don't know. High top table is centrally located. Yeah, okay. A handwritten note with distance bullet drop calculations was recovered from this room. The note was originally observed on a small round table next to the aforementioned chair. Again, this note, everyone loves to ignore this fucking note because nobody has been able to explain this note. Nobody has been able to explain this fucking note. And they say drop calculations, and I'm guessing just because it says drop right there. This one almost makes sense. If I remember right, we looked this up a while back. Was it 500 yards or whatever the fuck is a 5-inch drop on a certain type of ammunition that he could have been using. So that line may make sense, but this line makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And this line, I don't even know what the fuck that says. I don't know if that's 200F to, I don't know what the fuck that even says. Yards. Yeah. And was that 30? Is that 30-inch drop, or is that 30D? Whatever the fuck that is. 1,000 equals 500 feet. If you got a 500-foot drop, man, you ain't fucking firing a gun, dude. You're firing a missile. That's stupid. That don't make any sense. So nobody's ever been able to explain that. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, it's drop calculation, drop cal." Fuck, explain it. Try to explain that to me, because that does not make any fucking sense. Nobody's ever been able to figure that out. I don't fucking get it. And I've talked to people that are really heavy, gun. I got a friend who actually is a very, very major two-way fucking nut job. And I sent this to him, man. He couldn't even explain it. He was saying how they use a different type of calculation for bullet drop rates and stuff like that. And he looked at it. He said, "Yeah, we don't use like yards and feet and stuff like that. I forget what they use, what they use in their calculations." But he said, "Yeah, when you get serious, you don't use those kind of things." But then he looked at this. He said, "That don't make any fucking sense." He said, "Even with that, it doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. The only one that makes sense is the second line. It's the only thing I've found that makes sense. Kind of makes sense, not completely, but kind of makes sense. I believe I looked it up recently, and 500 yards or whatever was like a 4 inch drop or something, but it's close enough to where, different ammunition, stuff like that, different websites. I wasn't looking at the right ammunition. I don't know. It's Paddock's body. Paddock was on the floor. Oh, wait, they didn't show us the chair yet. Oh, okay. So this is the table, and that's an interesting thing. You got a magazine up here. Not sure what the hell that is. I think that's a hole in the table for plug chargers and shit like that, or for wiring to go through. Cable management. They got a loaded magazine right there. Obviously, it looks loaded to me. Um, yeah, what the fuck was that for? So was this in case of a breach in here? So was he getting ready to make a last stand in case somebody breached in here? But I mean, where are you going to hide? Right here? Why wouldn't these clips be right here? Um, what was that about? If you're going to hide behind this thing, go between the window and this thing and shoot it out there. Um, I guess that's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know why this suitcase is here. I believe that's a gun right there. I don't think they mention it in this report, but I believe that's a gun. I think we have pictures later of that. Um, yeah. And then that clip on top of it. What the fuck? What are you doing, dude? Was that? How does that make any sense? All right. So Paddock was on the floor south of the chair and side table. He was wearing. Oh my god, dude! I'm going an hour and a half already. Fuck me. Oh man, I thought I was gonna get through this. Paddock was on the floor south of the chair and side table. He was wearing black pants, a long sleeve brown shirt, black gloves, gray shoes. Paddock was on his back with his head to the south, feet to the north, and arms at his sides. There was apparent blood surrounding his nose and mouth, and on the floor under his head. There was also apparent blood on the front of his shirt. A rifle was on the floor under his legs. Gray box cutter was on the floor between his feet. Not sure what the box cutter's about, man. I mean, he had a lot of boxes in that room, but not sure why he had a box cutter, what he was doing with that. I mean, I've heard people say that he wanted to cut the drapes and shit like that, but he didn't do it. So, again, it's possible that he had plans for this that never fell through because he was premature in this. Um, there were casings on the floor surrounding him. A silver and black colored Smith and Wesson revolver with apparent blood on it was on the floor south of Paddock's head. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We don't know what the body looked like when they first went in there because they moved him a couple times. They admitted they moved him a couple times. So who the fuck knows? Um, yeah. Who really knows? I remember someone saying there's no glass on his shoe. Oh my God, there's no glass on his shoes. I was like, what? Really? I mean, I don't really care because, like I said, that glass is thick, man. That's some thick shit. So I don't know if that would really, you'd expect it to lodge in your shoes, but I don't even know where he was standing where he might not even have that problem. Not sure what this tip is, but again, muzzle break. Um, a lot of people ignore those. That looks like a pretty high powered scope to me, man. That looks crazy. That looks fucking nuts. Um, so he was apparently, so if what I'm saying is correct, and he did some flailing, and this was not his original position of rest, or he did not, his feet were not actually planted right here when he died, which I think is a very strong possibility. This gun was here, so he had to have been standing somewhere between this gun and, well, this gun and this table right here. His feet would have had to have been planted somewhere in here um, at that point, because otherwise he would have tripped over the gun or kicked the gun. I'm guessing, you know what? Actually, he might have actually been holding this motherfucker. I think he was probably holding that thing. I think we talked about that before. He's most likely holding this gun at the time that he died. He's got some little rigor mortis going on there, and there looks like. Um, but yeah, I believe that is a gun. I believe this is the bipod right here, um, going on there. And those are just cables for the lights. Nothing major there. This fucking spotting scope makes no sense whatsoever. You don't have use for a spotting scope unless you have a spotter. Um, yeah, no, I don't believe they transported this corpse into this room. Anyway, not sure what really that is. But yeah, spotting scope does make a lot of sense because you don't need a spotting scope unless you have a spotter. Otherwise, yeah, that's pointless. That makes no sense. Another thing, one of Hunter's fucking crazy ass fucking just freakouts is these two glasses. These two glasses. This shit drove him nuts, man. Because he was on a mission. He always felt that there was more than one person here, and he was trying to prove it. And these two glasses. Why would you have two glasses, and why were they there? Obviously these glasses weren't put there by someone sitting over here, and not someone sitting over here. They were put by someone most likely standing right here. Um, so what's up with the glasses? Let's deal with those. I guess they could have moved one of these chairs, sat right there, but those are kind of awkward chairs because they're high chairs to be sitting next to this desk. And why would you be sitting in the hallway anyway? Or I guess right here? That's just weird. That's awkward. So I have a feeling what happened with these glasses, one of my arguments always was um, that at some point, neither, yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I get it too, man. I fuck with all the conspiracy stuff once in a while too. Um, so anyways, glasses, man. So I have a feeling, the original cart, the first cart was wheeled into 135. Um, and so we have in 135, we have this fucking thing, right? Oh my God, YouTube's gonna flag the shit out of this video for showing this crap. And I don't give a fuck. Because I've gotten hit before by them. So this right here, this thing was on the cart at some point, right? I'm guessing this was a soup warmer, because people said that's kind of what it is, an insulated deal. This thing was on the cart, right? So where was that cart at, man? This guy probably wouldn't have moved it very far. So it's very well possible to me that the cart sat right here, and that's why those glasses landed right there. Because at the time he's pushing these carts around, you're not going to have these two half full glasses on those carts because they're going to probably spill over at some point, and you just don't want that. So I'm guessing the cart was somewhere in this area, and he wanted to keep this counter clear. So those two glasses most likely were sitting on top of the cart. Push this out from under the cart because this is where he's going to put the camera. Because I believe the cart that's in the hallway was cart 135. This is where he's going to put the camera. So he had to move this thing out of there. Took the two glasses, put them over here. Why he had two glasses on that cart, I don't fucking know. They look like they're half full, and that's the argument there. And why they're half full, why you use two glasses, I don't know, man. It's possible he, drank half his shit, came back the next day, drank, the other half his shit. I believe there was a Sprite can in the trash that was part of the evidence. It's not part of this, but it's part of the evidence later. So that could be a thing. But that was the argument with that, as far as that went. Let's see if we can get off Paddock's fucking dead body here. I think we went through. Yeah, we did. All right. Oh, and then the fuck, I still got more shit with this picture. This fucking picture. All right, so O'Donnell, this fucking guy. O'Donnell, his bullet shells, I believe, were found right about here. I believe his three bullets that he fired were around here somewhere. In one of the reports that, yeah, I don't think was actually released to everybody, but yeah, I believe he fired some shots that landed over here. Again, the guns, when you're firing guns, man, I mean, of course, he would have had it pointed more towards the ground, I guess. How did those fucking things end up right here? He shot into this, which we can't see from here, I don't think. Yeah, we're not seeing it here. He shot into, I believe it was this arm right here on the outside. He also shot into the wall over here somewhere. Can't see it in this wall. No idea where it's at. Looked and looked and looked. There's like a little blemish over here that I guess is a possibility. But where did he fire that he would have got this? Now I know I forget what his name is, man, but I know there's been videos made of this before. You know, I always felt that in order for these fucking things to land where they're at right there, this guy would have been sitting over here somewhere and would have been standing over here probably in a crouched position because you're about to blow this fucking door to pieces. And but according to O'Donnell, he was in this hallway behind this right here. So the only way I could see, because I can't see during at the time of the breach, although it did happen right after, so it is possible that he made his first step into this room, and as he fired those rounds off, they bounced off the wall back there and then fucking landed over here somewhere. It's hard to get my head around that because, you know, there's a bullet over here, I believe. There's a bullet right here somewhere, and there's a bullet over here somewhere, which we don't know if it's on this side or on this side. Although, like I said, I think you do see a blemish if you clean this up a little bit. So I guess it is possible that he shot down into this. But, I mean, you think about that. Think about that spread, man. Think about what that takes. How far that gun has to move in order to shoot a hole here, then shoot a hole down here, and then shoot a hole up here. That's pretty fucking extreme. Right. So this guy had to be swinging that gun, dude. And I mean, he's lucky he didn't hit anybody, this fool. But, you know, I always felt that it is totally possible. And this is why I always say, you know, I have a feeling he may be covering for somebody by saying that he's the one that discharged so that somebody else doesn't get in trouble. That there may have been someone standing right about here and they would have went boom, 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 you know, into that. And, you know, that would have been a smaller spread. He's further away. So he only has to move that barrel of that gun, maybe, you know, maybe a quarter of an inch down to hit this, maybe an inch up to hit that, you know, I don't know. Yeah, it's 3-round burst, right? So this had to happen, you know, pretty much instantaneously. But you got to understand, like, that the muzzle of that gun has to travel, you know, in order for this to work. Now, this wall, again, we don't know where this hit. We do know where this hit. I think it's like right about here. And then this in here, we don't know where this hit either. But it hit somewhere in this fucking chair. I mean, I guess it's possible, like, you could say that's the mark. It went boom, boom. And then there's something over here. So it went bam, bam, bam. You know, and then that might be possible, I guess. But I always thought that maybe it's possible somebody was over here because that's where the bullets fucking landed. But, you know, and it could have went, you know, bang, bang, or it could have actually went bang, 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 or something of that nature. I don't know. That's just really strange, man, the way that bullet pattern hit to me. Okay, let's get off Paddock's dead body here before I get totally fucking flagged by YouTube. They're already pissed off at me for showing graphic content. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We've never been able to figure that out, man. I've had arguments over that, you know, with everybody at this point. Nobody's ever really given me a good, solid argument to that. And the O'Donnell, you know, his statement doesn't help either. And I believe his statement was kind of awkward anyway. You know, the one that we read, the summary of it. But time's it. Yeah, fuck it. I go a little bit longer. Central Bar Kitchenette was south of the sitting area, east of the foyer, and north of the east-west hallway. And there was a north bar counter, east-west orientation, with 3 chairs on the north side of the counter. There were 3 rifles, not 3 chairs. There's like 4 chairs. Oh man, you're gonna make me look at Patrick's dead ass again. There's 4 chairs. 4 chairs. What's wrong with these people? You guys are on crack. Um, unless one of those chairs was moved later, which is possible. Because I don't believe these are actual crime scene photos. At least not official crime scene photos. Um, so there was 3 chairs on the north side of the counter. No, it's bullshit. There were 3 rifles on the floor north of the west end of the counter with a backpack under them. Oh no, we're not. Okay, no, never mind. Never mind. We're talking about the actual counter. We're not talking about that. There were 3 rifles on the north of the west end of the counter with a backpack under them. There's the backpack, my favorite fucking backpack. Um, one rifle is on the seat for the westernmost chair, 1 rifle is on the seat of the easternmost chair, and 1 rifle is located on the west end of the bar counter. An empty silver colored rolling case was on the floor north of the counter at the east end. A Luxor sticker and a 29 sticker were on the back of the case. Yeah, so I mean, Luxor's MGM, so yeah, they probably all just share shit. I mean, this fucking guy, knowing the amount of money he spent, it's possible they could have brought shit over from the Luxor. But I don't know. I would doubt that at all. These high rollers. At the west end of the bar counter was an ANRAM monitor with a video feed to the previously described camera on the lower portion of the room service cart in the hallway, a laptop computer which provided a live feed to the camera attached to the peephole of the door, and a Samsung cell phone in a black case. Um, Man, he was an Android guy. Let's see. Centrally located on the bar counter were bank cards along with other cards in the name of Stephen Paddock and room key card packets. At the East End, packets. Huh. All right. Well, whatever. I guess. Oh, that's just the pockets. I guess they put them in. They're not. Probably didn't have the cards actually in them because of the way this guy fucking was run through cards. Man, there's no way he didn't have these situated. At the east end of the bar counter was a black holster, a black glove, binoculars, a blue hat, brown wallet, tape roll, credit cards, a Nevada ID in the name of Steve Paddock, a player's card in the name of Marilou Danley, a valet ticket, a notepad with the words unplugged phones written on it. Isn't that fucking weird, man? Why would you unplug phones, man? There ain't no reason to unplug phones. They got batteries, man. They're still going to run. Ain't no reason to unplug your phones. Um, get into that in a minute. A white handheld monitor, a black white handheld monitor. What the fuck is that? Because we have whoa. What are we talking about here? Because brown wallet, Nevada. Because there were bank cards. We already talked about the NRAM monitor. What is the white handheld monitor? Is that the NRAM monitor? They're just saying it again, I guess. A black ZTE cell phone with the front and back cameras covered with tape. So the guy was paranoid. And a Samsung Galaxy S6 active in a black case. So Samsung was turned on. No, the baby monitor was over on the side. Baby monitor wasn't here. I don't think. Man. Okay, no. We don't have to look at this picture anymore. Yeah, YouTube's gonna be pissed. Okay, well, first let's get to it. At southwest corner of the bar was a sink. There were 2 loaded rifle magazines and a Tundra fire extinguisher on the sink counter. Man, I could not find those fucking things that look like this. But yeah, they probably changed throughout the years. All right. All right. So, backpack, my favorite backpack. Guessing that's the gun he used to shoot down the hallway. Or it could have been this. He's got a short clip in this. That's got a longer clip. I'm not sure. One of these guns I think he didn't even use. Um, hey, what's up? What's up? Oh, wow. Yeah, I got people listening now or paying attention now. All right. So again, we got a base, flowers, possibly fake flowers he bought. He did not use the styrofoam ball. I believe that was probably that might be the baby monitor right there. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, the ball was still in the packaging in the um, whatever they call those when they went in the confiscation reports or whatever. Tundra fire extinguisher. Um, I think that was like the Acer computer. Has a little bit of tape over the camera. It looks like to me. I think we have better pictures of that though later. The door, the hallway. I mean, look at that right there. I believe that's 129 right there. This would be what 133. So this would be 131, 129. Right here, dude. This fucking guy landed fucking 11 shots right there. He landed 11 shots in this alcove. That's crazy. That line of sight right there is nuts because we're pretty much looking straight down where he was looking. He would have been a lot closer, of course, been up here somewhere. But man, that's insane. That is an insane small piece of fucking real estate that he hit right there. And considering he's shooting through a closed door, looking at probably this thing, or no, this, yeah, it would have been this thing. Um, because this most likely, this probably was attached at the time, I'm thinking. But yeah, I mean, he's looking out something. And I mean, it could have been the monitor too. You could have moved that thing. But yeah, he's shooting down this hallway and he hit this little sliver right here, man. He hit it 11 times, clipped that thing. That's crazy to me. That's just crazy. I don't know. To me, that's fucking nuts. Because when I stayed there, I kind of looked out that door and I was like, wow, that is fucking crazy. Um, let's see. So, what else we got? What else we got? Okay, so here we go. So, what is this thing? What is that? What is that? Is that the monitor they're talking about? What is that thing? I don't know what the fuck that is. I have no idea. Um, I don't get it. I don't know. Bigger binoculars, man. These binoculars are meaty, man. So those are better ones than he had in the bedroom there. There's tape, of course. I think those are gloves. Those are gloves. Is that the Samsung? It's the Samsung. Looks like it's in a different place than it was on one of the other pictures. Gun on the chair. Nothing special about that. Oh, the powder. Fuck, dude. I mean, you can see like what's interesting, like is you know, looks like right here you have a clean spot, right? Looks like you have a clean spot with none of the powder right here. Um, to me, it does. I don't know. It just could be the lighting of this picture being taken. Who knows? But could be the way the granite countertop is too. Who knows? Um, looks strange. Yeah, I always thought. I think you're right. I think personally, I always thought that the powder was just from the entry, right? So I think a lot of the photos that we had in the early times of this shit, because we don't know when any of these photos were taken, dude. And I don't think they got the maids up there to dust off this stuff. So I have a feeling what probably happened is it takes a while for dust to settle, man. They blew that door to fucking shreds. And so all that fucking dust and all that shit is floating around the air for a little bit, and by the next morning that shit probably settled, and that's probably why we're seeing powder on everything. It's probably just all the dust that was settling throughout the stuff. And of course, there's the box right there for the Luxor. And we see all the pillows piled up or all the cushions piled up. I'm guessing those cushions were, to me, the only reason to move those cushions for any at all, period, for him to ever use this room at all. I'm guessing he had the guns laid down underneath these cushions and just threw the cushions over them. That way, if anyone came in the room, they probably wouldn't spot him. What's this red spot right here? What is that? What is all this red stuff? That must be part of the design. Yeah, it is the design. Looks like you got flowers or something in this stuff. Malay Bay is ugly and gaudy as hell, man. It's an ugly ass place. But yeah, nothing special there. Apparently, he wasn't a coffee drinker. And dude, the coffee there is amazing. Love the coffee there. He raided the mini bar, but he didn't take the water off of this little thing here. So yeah, that's interesting. But I wonder if that's a monitor right there. If that's what they're talking about, the white monitor. I wonder if that's it. I don't know what that is though. I have no idea what that is. That's kind of crazy. I remember someone saying that they thought. I think in the past somebody said they thought that that was part of um, people that were collecting evidence. It was their stuff, but yeah, I don't know, man. They put it in the evidence. I don't know, dude. I think fucking look at that shit. Look at this dust, man. Look at all this crap. They fucking blew the shit out of that door. So and then all the shit he's shooting out of these guns, man, that's going to cause a lot of dust too. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be white powder, but it's going to kick up a lot of shit. So I don't think it's a cocaine thing, man. I really don't. I never fucking bought into that. And RAM monitor. Um, I guess that's looking down the hallway, man, but we can never really make that out. Can't tell what the hell that is on that thing. Fire extinguisher, I'm guessing. The cards. What's his name went into the cards a little bit. Richard 32135. So that's what he got the cards in. Those things. His driver's license. There we go. Can't make out any definition on that. I'd like to see what the address is on that, which address he used uh, for his home address. Oh, what is this thing? What the hell is that? It's some sort of, yeah, it's a plug, obviously, but what is that? What is that for? All right, so why unplug cell phones, right? That was something we were arguing over for a bit. Of course, yeah, you got the dust, man. You got the guys, scraping the dust off there, trying to mess with his phone. Um, Again, the dust, I don't know, man. I mean, there's gonna be so much shit flying around from this guy shooting out that window, and then when they blast that door to pieces, man, it's gonna kick all that shit up again. Who the fuck knows um, what that scene looked like? But what was I talking about? Man, I was just talking about something. Fuck, I forgot what it was. I was looking at this picture and I'm like, geez, I was going to talk about that. I can't even remember what the hell. Oh, the unplugged phones, right? So unplugged phones. Why would you unplug phones? Why would anybody give a shit about unplugging phones? And we don't see that note here, but I'm sure it's there somewhere. Why would anybody want to unplug phones? This was a huge, 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 huge argument that we had. Conversation. Um, why would you unplug phones? There's no reason to unplug phones because, as everybody knows, man, you unplug your phone, it doesn't matter. It's still going to run for an extended period of time because of the battery that's inside. Most phones, I'm guessing, I don't know about the Samsung S6. I know there was an old Samsung that I had, might have been an S6, that did have a battery that was removable, but I'm not sure. So, phones, a lot of phones, I looked it up one day. A lot of these phones can still work if they're plugged in without a battery actually installed within the phone. So it is possible that this guy was using the phones only when plugged in. So why unplug the fucking phones? If you don't want to be GPS tracked, I guess you could unplug the phones. But the problem is you have a battery. So unless you have a removable battery in the actual phones themselves, there's no reason to unplug the phones whatsoever. So, the only explanation I can actually think of to come up with is it's very well possible that this guy, uh, um, the Black ZT cell phone, I don't know anything about. I believe that's the burner phone. He had the Samsung Galaxy S6. The third phone, I don't know what the fuck it is. So, it is very well possible this guy was so paranoid that he unplugged his phones, took the batteries out so that he could not be traced at certain times of the day or whatever. And he left himself a note to remind himself of that, which is strange because why would you need to remind yourself to unplug phones or anything like that? That's kind of bizarre, you know. I could never really explain that completely, but to me, the only reason to unplug phones that I can think about is if you don't want to be traced through those phones. Um, Otherwise, there's no reason to leave a fucking note to tell you to unplug the fucking phones. You're not trying to save energy here for the fucking Mandalay Bay. You don't give a shit. So, not too sure about that. Unless maybe he leaves his cell phone chargers and got a bad habit of leaving cell phone chargers in hotels and getting tired of buying new ones. So he had to remind himself to unplug them so that he could take them home with him. I don't know. But like I said, that was a little bit of an argument. That's the only thing I can come up with is, why unplug them? Maybe you just don't want to be traced. And again, we don't have anything with that the little white monitor, whatever the fuck it is. We don't have anything we can zoom in on to see that. Not sure what the fuck this plug is. Not sure what it's for. Southeast, and he had a lot of gloves, dude. He had a lot of gloves. The fuck, man, this guy had a fetish for gloves. I think he had like 3 pairs of gloves or something like that. It's like, why? Why do you need that? You don't need that shit. You know, he was wearing a pair of gloves, man. He's got a pair of gloves on the counter here. What the fuck? What are you doing, dude? That's just awkward. It's bizarre. But yeah, Dust, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, to me, it's always been like, when they breached, could have kicked everything up that was in that fucking room, and then it all ended up settling later. The southeast living room was east of the bar kitchenette at the east end of. Oh yeah, only 2 hands, but you got fucking 3 pairs of gloves for him. I think it was 3 pairs. I don't remember. I think he had 3 pairs though. The southeast living room was east of the bar kitchenette at the east end of the east-west hallway. There was a television mounted on the south wall with an entertainment center cabinet below, couches to the north and east, and an orange chair to the west. The couch cushions were off the east couch and piled up on the north couch and on the floor. Again, why would you take couch cushions off unless you're hiding something underneath them? I don't understand that. He didn't use that part of the room, so it's not like it just didn't make any sense. The only thing I can think is he was throwing the guns under there when people were coming in to clean the room or whatever. Maybe that's why he was creeping people out, because he had the gun stashed underneath that couch. And he just wanted to make sure nobody went near it. But yeah, not too sure. A table and 4 chairs were up against the north side of the north couch. Yeah, that's the table I thought earlier they were talking about. Side table was west of the north couch. A Meade spotting scope was on the floor north of the side table. Again, spotting scope. You don't need a spotting scope unless you got a spotter. There's no reason for that shit. There's absolutely no reason for that shit to be in this room. A pink piece of paper with written measurements in feet and yards on one side was on the floor west of the couch. And then I think the footnote just says it fell off the table. Note was originally located on a table near Paddock's body. The wind blew it to this location. Yeah, okay. Other interesting thing about that nose, it looked like it got wet. I think I've talked about that before in other videos. We'll see. We're on 92, so we'll go here. So the fucking note. I hate this note. So they're saying measurements in feet and yards. Okay, so this does say yards, I guess. But if you look at this note, it looks like you got something here that may have gotten wet. It looks like we got some streaking going on here with the lines on the original notepad. It looks like a little bit of a circle here. So, and I'm sure this note is very small. So maybe sweat, something like that. But it looks like this thing got a little bit wet as far as that goes. That's always something that intrigued me about this fucking note. He's not very good at ripping it off either. Ripping off the pad. All right, so let's see, we're down here, I believe. All right. Meade spotting scope makes no goddamn sense. whatsoever. Makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know what he was thinking with that. An open black suitcase containing soft rifle cases, right? So he brought some of these rifles up complete. Um, yeah, I'm just thinking, man, a lot of these rifles, man, you would have had to break them down to actually get them into some of these bags that he was bringing. Because I don't know. I'm guessing these rifles are bigger than those bags. I mean, some of those bags just look like little, 2 foot fucking bags. But I don't know. An open black suitcase containing soft rifle cases on the floor north of the entertainment center cabinet. There were 3 casings on the floor west of the side table and east of the east-west hallway, which are O'Donnell's. That's what we're going to say here. These cases came from SWAT Officer O'Donnell. Yeah, so I believe they're explaining them as being right here. All right, so there we go. There was a bullet hole through the east arm of the orange chair. So let's see. So if I'm right, this is south, it's north, west, east. Or no, this is east. This is north, south, west, east. So there's a hole in this. There's a hole right here. We can actually see it from this picture. This one, yeah, I don't know. I'm clueless on that. There's two suitcases along the west wall with vibrators. A large blue bag with numerous towels, soft rifle cases, and scope covers inside or along the west wall. Okay, so blue bag, numerous towels, soft rifle cases, and scope covers were inside. Okay, so he put the scope covers in this bag right here, this diving bag, which is a huge bag, man. You can fit the guns in that thing, no problem. But I don't think you're going to bring 21 guns up at the same time because I think the weight would be an issue at that point. That's a little crazy. Again, so if he's gonna get raided through this door over here, I'm thinking maybe that's possibly his position for dealing with that. I don't know. It's pretty close to where he was shooting out the window. In fact, he would have been shooting out the window. Yeah. You know what? Maybe it does reach. Maybe it does reach, right? I keep forgetting this room's a lot smaller than it looks. Because I'm guessing when he was shooting somewhere right around here. That's where he would have been standing, or maybe even further, a little bit back right here, maybe behind the pillar to a point. Yeah, this thing might have barely reached, but still pretty tight. Yeah, gun doesn't look like it's over the leg right there, so I don't know what to say about that. Never was sure what this was, man. Never could really. I mean, it looks like speaker wire that you would hook up in your car, but never really was sure what that was. I mean, I think we kind of came to a conclusion for some reason that we thought that was a what do you call it? A reflection of something, but I can't remember why we came up with that conclusion or how. Um, but it looks like it actually kind of bleeds over into the carpet too as well. So that might not even be a possibility. I don't know. That's always been strange to me. We get a little different view from the right the clips. Looks like those are loaded to me. Clips in this bag. He had a lot of clips in this bag, man. He was gearing up for something. Yeah, the hammer. Yeah, you can't see the hammer in that one. Again, there's the bullet strike. So I could never see anything on this wall that looked like a bullet strike to me. Can't see anything on this thing at all whatsoever. Looks like a bullet strike. Just can't see it. So I guess it could have been lower, I guess. But he had to go hit this, and hit that. I mean, I don't know. I guess, again, these rooms are smaller than they look. So, I could be tripping on that. Vibrators? I mean, what the fuck, dude? What are you doing with vibrators, man? What is that about? And I don't know what this is, man. What's plugged in over on this wall over here? I don't know if that's a phone or, what that is, because there's no lamp here to plug in right there. So I'm not sure what's plugged in right here. If that goes under the bed over to the center console there with the, I don't know why that would be a thing. But yeah, there's something looks like it's plugged in right there. Possibly a phone charger, I guess. But why you got a phone charger in that room? That's awkward. That's strange. Why do you got the vibrators right next to the fucking door, man? Um, looks like they're tucked away out of the way. But yeah, this is a little strange right here. That room's pretty small, so it's possible that these cases were in the way somewhere in this room, and they originated in this room, and he brought them out here and stuck them there just because they're out of the way at that point. But then why'd you plug them in? Why did you plug them? Why are these things fucking plugged in right here, man? Was he getting freaky on this fucking orange chair right here? I mean, why the fuck are these plugged in right here? That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. That's just weird. All right, what else we got here? What's the other thing we got going on here? Okay, the blue duffel bag. One thing nobody's ever pointed out, because I don't think anyone's ever noticed it, on this blue duffel bag, and it's not that big of a deal, is this wire. You got a wire coming across. And I know it could possibly be, some sort of weird, just the towels laying in some weird fashion. But no, it's actually a wire. I mean, you could see the wire come up. You see it go over the blue bag and then come back up over the towels. So, yeah, that's some kind of wire right there. They never really explain what that is. Of course, this is where you have the soft rifle cases. So chances are it's what he brought the rifles up in, took them out of here. And then we also have the spotting scope, the scope covers in here. So, and then of course, two glasses, man, two glasses. Hunter loved those two glasses, man. That drove him fucking berserk. Anyway, yeah, I got all the cushions piled up. Why would you move the cushions? Why would you bother? Why would you care? Unless you're hiding something under those things. That's the only thing I can think of. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me otherwise. Man, this is going to be a long one. But fuck it. I got time. I got nothing going on right now. Time is it? Oh, shit. It's 5 in the morning. Fuck. Okay, so these bullet holes came from SWAT officer's rifle. Yeah, whatever, dude. Let's see if we can get through the rooms. 134. Room 134 was a single connecting hotel room. South of room 135. Yeah, so it's south. Yeah, so that the east end of this chair would be right here. And even zooming in on this picture here, you still can't see anything within that chair. I was trying to look from the other picture. Yeah, you can't see anything from this one either. So yeah, that's fucking mystery where that hit. Oops, come on. Cooperate. Let's see. So now we go to 134. So connecting door is located at the south end of room 32135 in the southwest corner of the southeast living room. There was damage to the south adjoining door frame, and the damaged door was on the floor inside room 134. I don't care what the footnote says, but let's read it anyway. Occurred during the explosive breach. Yeah, no shit, genius. The main entry door to the room was west facing, accessing the hallway. A room service cart with an open laptop computer on the east end was in the entry hallway. East of the entry door, wires were plugged into the laptop, ran under the entry door. Video feed was visible on the laptop and showed the 100 wing hallway looking south from previously described black Logitech camera attached to the hallway room service card. And of course, we have the statement saying that it was moved from facing the doorway, whatever the fuck that means, to facing, I guess, down the hallway. I don't know why homeboy would, put it facing down the hallway. Whatever. And then put the plate on top of it. I have a feeling that that's bullshit. I think it was probably facing down the hallway the whole time. But it is what it is. So this here does not make a lot of sense. It's up against a wall. You have a wall here. You're not going to see it from here. You're just not. So the fuck was this about? Why is this here? You know, that's something I've always had issue with. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, because this is the ways into the room, right? Because this is the end of the hallway, right? This is the door. It's broken open. You don't see the door right here, so the door must be down a little further. That means this hallway, this wall right here, goes a little ways past this photo. You're not going to see it from this window. You're just not. You know, and this is not the original place where this cart was, because somewhere out there, and I can't find it anymore, there's a damn picture with these plates up against this freaking wall. And it looks like this was actually moved at the time this was taken, at least slightly, not very much, but this was in the hallway. And this was about the location of where it is in the other photo as well. So you're not going to see it from here. You're just not. You're not going to see it from, and I'm guessing, that this guy, broke out this whole window, because it don't matter at this point, dude. He broke out this whole motherfucker. He's only going to fire, 8 shots, whatever, through this window. I believe it's 8. And he's probably going to sit at the edge of this bed right here, and he's going to shoot out that window. Why the bed's not made, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I have no fucking clue on that. Don't really have an opinion on that either. I don't care at this point. But I'm guessing sitting on the edge of the bed, shooting out that window, broke the whole fucking window out because, why not? Didn't care at this point. He's going down as it is. But that laptop would not be visible from that window. So the only place that laptop would be visible, in my opinion, is right here. And of course, this looked like a pillow, man. We fought over that for a while, man. We were trying to figure out what the fuck that was, why there was a white pillow on that chair. That is a pretty good illusion, man. That kind of was created there. Let's see. I need to plug in my phone here. That was a pretty good illusion that got created throughout this photo. That's actually a chair. That is a chair. Why they have 2 different chairs, mismatched chairs in this room, I have no idea. But they do. And but yeah, sitting at this chair, sitting at this table, you would be able to see, you'd be able to see this cart. But from where he shot out that window, I honestly don't think you would have line of sight to that monitor. I just don't. And even though these rooms seem a lot bigger than they really are, it's still pretty fucking big. Because you're talking about a double queen? I forget what the size on the queen beds were. I actually looked them up. 4.5 feet, something like that. So you got 4.5 feet here. You got a couple feet to the window. You got another couple feet right here. Maybe 2.5 feet, 3 feet, and then you got another 4 feet right here. To look at that fucking thing, you're crazy. You're on crack. You ain't gonna see that from there. From right here, possibly. Yeah, you may be able to see that right there. But nah, you ain't gonna see shit from here. Not from over here. You ain't gonna see that. You're on crack. There's no way. It's not possible. So yeah, what was this actually for? What was the reality of this this computer sitting up here? What was the purpose behind that? Was that just for the setup? Was he watching that during the setup? Was he watching that? Possibly was that. Although I think this card ended up here that day. Second card ended up here that day. It is possible this was a card from 135 and this card had been there, but since there's food up here, I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. That'd be crazy if he just fucking rented this room just so he could throw the dirty food in here so it didn't smell. Because he had the guy throw the air freshener in one of the rooms. I forget what room it was too. I think it might have been this 134 right here. If he's throwing all the dirty food in there, making it stink up, and then had the guy come and throw the air freshener in there and then threw the food back in there. So he didn't have to smell in 135. Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? But anyway. So that's about all I got on that. That's about all the thoughts I have on that. There is we don't have the picture here though, but we do see where the actual bullet entry came through here and actually hit this bed right here. and went into this bed. That might be it right there. But it actually, one of the bullets that O'Donnell fired supposedly came through this and hit right here. I think it's the one that came through this cabinet right here. Although, I don't know, line of sight, that may not work either. So, it may have been one of the other bullets. I may be completely off on that. I don't know. Do we have another picture of that room? Yes, we do. Okay, so we'll get to that. 3-hour stream. That's crazy. Done one of those in a while. Let's see. The room was furnished with 2 beds with a nightstand in between along the south wall, a desk, a dresser, a chair along north wall, a television mounted to the north wall, a floor-to-ceiling windows on the east. Southernmost window was shattered with glass on the floor below it. There were 9 loaded rifle magazines on top of the dresser. The dresser drawers were open, and decorated bottom molding was broken. I don't know if that happened during the breach. There were 3 rifles with bipods on the east bed and several casings. One cartridge case was on the floor of the west of the east bed. What? Are you fucking kidding me? 3 rifles with bipods on the east bed and several casings. Okay, so we're talking about man, why is my directions all fucked up? The east bed? East bed. Am I tripping, or is this like north this way and that's south? Wait. Nightstand in between along the south wall. A desk. Okay, a room was furnished with 2 beds with a nightstand between the south wall. So that's south, that's north, that's west, that's east. So the shell casings are here? What? I don't think I ever even noticed that. In fact, I know I never noticed that. There were 3 rifles with bipods on the east bed and several casings. On the east bed? What the fuck? 1 cartridge case was on the floor west of the east bed, so right in the center here. Right? Yeah, it would have been in the center. Huh. That is awkward. One of which was a bolt action. A pair of black gloves were on the west side of the west bed. Yeah, there's a 3rd pair of black gloves. A pair of tan sandals were on the floor north of the west bed. A bullet hole was in the north wall, corresponding with a hole in the south wall of the living room. And 1 bullet hole was on the comforter at the north end of the east bed. Okay, so they're saying that hole came from the wall. We're about to see that. Huh. That's new. That's interesting. I always figured the guy would be shooting right here, man. That's what I would think would be the obvious. It looks like this guy was shooting here. Dude. As Hoover would say, this changes everything. No, I mean, honestly, yeah, I can't see where the drums are. Can we see that? Can we see it? Because this is actually interesting. Yeah. Fucking A. Is that one of the drums or no? Am I tripping? Nah, probably not. I don't know where the old drum or where the fuel tanks are from here. But if the guns landed or if the bullets landed right here, unless they were picked up at some point and put here, and there's a shell casing down here somewhere, he would have been firing right about here. And then that makes sense with this, because he would have been looking right at this thing while he was shooting out that window. But then why? I don't know. Why bother breaking the fucking window then, man? Why not just shoot out the fucking window? I guess maybe fucks with the bullet trajectory a little bit. Maybe that was the problem. But from here, I don't see the tanks, right? So you got no line of sight to the tanks. So how did the casings end up here? I don't know. That's crazy. I must be tripping, dude. I mean, that's what it says, right? Am I tripping on this shit? 1 case on the floor west of the east bed. Yeah. So this is north, south, west, and east, right? Or no, I'm tripping. No, I'm tripping. I'm all screwed up. Yeah, no, I'm screwed up, man. Never mind, never mind. I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm all fucked up. Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm fucked up, dude. I got my directions wrong, dude. I'm for some reason I'm thinking this is west and this is east and this is west. No, that would be east and that would be west. So the bullets were on this side. So yeah, like I said, I'm guessing dude was sitting on top of this bed right here, chucking out those rounds. Those rounds would have come up, bounced against the wall, and probably landed on this bed or fucking landed on the pillows or some shit like that. And one of them just went straight and fucking landed up against the window. So yeah, I'm tripping, dude. That's my bad, dude. That fuck, man. That would have fucked me all up. But again, I have a problem with this, man, because you can't see this from that angle. I don't think. And even if you could actually physically see this laptop on this thing here, right here, um, even if you physically see it, this screen on this thing, I don't think you're going to see that. You're not going to make any definition out of that. You're not going to see people run down the hallway at you. That's it's crazy. It's crazy. And then sandals. I think he had a couple different pairs of sandals all over the fucking place. This guy had all kinds of shit. There are two closets along the west wall with the door to the attached southwest bathroom. Bathroom had a sink. They never show us the bathroom. Um, Counter along the south side of the tub to the north. It had a sink along the south side of the bathroom. The bathroom had a sink along the south side of the tub to the north. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. Clothing was on the floor under the sink counter along with the trash can. Um, yeah, so you just dump clothes, just strip naked in this room? Like, what the fuck? There's a snorkel tube located inside the trash can. So, he Mickey Mouse that snorkel thing in this room. Well, what I was looking for here, let me see if I can find it. What I'm looking for here, and I don't see it here, is on this map. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about this bathroom right here. There's a tub. I believe they're saying it's right here. And then you got, because you'd have to have a walkway here to get into the toilet, which is right here. Then you'd have a sink along this wall. So you have a bath, you'd have the shower along this wall. What I want to know is what this is. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. Some sort of maintenance thing or something. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Anyway, back to the mission. All right, so we're done with the reading. Yeah, we're done with the reading. Um, okay, so that's zoomed in. There's a bullet hole. That's a bullet hole. They said it went through the wall, which kind of, I guess, would make a little bit of sense because then it would be coming this way, I would think. Um, Not sure. I guess that could have went. Well, I don't think it went in the bed because it would have went through this chair right here. But again, there's a white chair. There's a pink chair. Why they have mismatched chairs? Why there's two chairs in this room at all? I don't fucking get it. Oh, there's a chair. Okay, so there's a pink chair. So this pink chair right here got moved from over here. All right. Why'd you move that chair? I don't know. Okay, whatever. I believe this magazine was empty. I believe that one's actually empty, if I remember right. Damage to the bottom again. I don't know where that damage came from. Um, it was really weird. I remember early into this, man, my friend was saying that was where he's hiding the guns, man. He broke this thing out and threw all the guns up under there, and that's where the hiding spot was. But there was never anything behind that other than him speculating. And again, he didn't rate this little thing right here. Yeah, no water's gone. The coffee's there. Coffee's great, man. I don't know why you don't fucking take advantage of the coffee, dude. Coffee's amazing over there. They use some company over here in LA. It's fucking amazing stuff. This one looks empty to me. Um, Again, I'm not completely sure, but it looks empty to me. These ones, of course, full, so you can tell, you got some brass in there. This one just looks empty to me. It always did. And of course, Pringles, man. They give you some Pringles. That's kind of cool. All right, right on. I don't think I saw Pringles when I was there. Um, got ripped off, man. Let's see. So now we're gonna go into the car, I think. Which fuck, that's another can of worms, man. I was never too big on the car. I never really did much with the car. So I don't really know much about this. But Paddock's vehicle is located in Mandalay Bay, East Valley, second floor, space 317 by investigators. The vehicle was 2017 Chrysler Pacifica bearing Nevada plate 79D401. Had been backed into space 317 and was locked. The key for the vehicle was obtained from the valet. All right, so the valet had it this time. All right, all right. I'm trying to remember where that girl was. Where the cops got that girl is like the whole Nini fucking thing that was going on the seventh floor parking garage or whatever the fuck. I think it was like the seventh floor or some stupid shit like that. Search warrant was obtained, and at 3:25 in the morning, detectives with the LVMPD, All Hazard Regional Multi-Agency Operations and Response Section, Armor. God, love these acronyms, man. Love the fucked up acronyms. Um, Broke a window to the vehicle to allow an explosive detection dog access to the scent. U.S. Marshal Explosive Detection K9 moved around the vehicle and gave an alert to the presence of explosive precursors. Love how they go into detail on this. Detectives secured the area on the belief there were explosive precursors within the vehicle. Armor detectives requested LVMPD dispatch to notify the Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Chemical, Biological, Radiological, Nuclear, and Explosive Task Force, CBRNE, fuck, and to respond. Geez, they're in charge of everything, man. These people, fuck, that job sucks. You got to know about radiation, nuclear, explosives, biological, chemical. That's crazy. Um, Las Vegas Fire Rescue responded with their whatever vehicle, along with FBI bomb technicians. Located inside the vehicle were 5 bags, which were X-rayed and removed by the FBI. By the FBI. So LVMPD brought all these people to along with FBI bomb technicians, and then the FBI took them out. Okay, the FBI was there. All right, I was gonna say the FBI just took all their crap, man. That's messed up. Upon rendering the vehicle safe, the vehicle and all items located inside were photographed. All items removed from the vehicle were placed back inside, and the vehicle was sealed. So they tampered with the evidence. The vehicle was subsequently towed from Mandalay Bay Hotel to a secure FBI facility for a thorough search and evidence collection. Yeah, and burial. The evidence collected from inside Paddock's vehicle included loaded rifle magazines for both AR-15 and AR-10 style rifles. It's interesting. He had AR-15 stuff in there too. Huh. I don't think I ever even realized that. Also collected were 22-pound containers of exploding targets, 10 1-pound containers of exploding targets, and 22-pound bags of explosive precursors. All right. And the vehicle. Again, I don't have much to say about the vehicle, man. I never really paid much attention to this stuff. As far as the vehicle goes, I know there's like a bottle of water over here in the passenger seat. That was kind of a thing. This Angle bag, man, they don't sell old lady clothes. They sell like kids clothes, like, not teen, post teen. So 20-year-olds and shit like that. So what's he doing with this bag? Where did that bag come from? Mary Lou's daughter, maybe. I don't know. Um, yeah, whatever. He had this thing backed up pretty close too, man. I mean, they almost hit the side with that. All right. So, yeah, bags, towels, ammunition, tannerite, whatever they call this crap, ammonium nitrate, whatever the fuck. Again, this is not something I ever really. I don't know. Is that another bag? I can't tell if that's another bag or not. Looks like it's probably another bag. I think they had 3 bags in here. Although there's a bag, so I'm not sure. And let's see, this is these. I used to know exactly where these were taken, the photos where they dumped this stuff. I believe this stuff here is along that pillar. And then I think some of the other photos were taken across at a different parking spot. So yeah, Rifle magazines. You know, those look like they are 10s. Those look like the same magazines that were in 134. That's what those look like to me, but I'm not sure. Again, I'm not big on guns, so. Oh, and then tannerite, beautiful tannerite. Okay, yeah. So there's a spot 315. I don't remember all that stuff when I was messing with all that, but it was in 317. So I think 317 was across from this. Um, yeah. So I don't know if all this was in that bag or not. I guess that's what they're trying to allude to here. I guess it's possible. Whatever. If he was going to try and explode this stuff inside this vehicle, that means he was going to have to hit this bag buried somewhere inside this vehicle. I'm guessing maybe what? Put it up right here and then close this door and, basically aim for this little spot right here. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. If he's going to do something like that, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. All right. So where are we at? How much more of this I got to go? Because I think I'm pretty much done here for the day. Yeah, then we got to go through guns and, oh my God, all this shit. All right. So I got through a little bit of this. So I think I'm happy with that. So I think I'm going to end it on that right there. So we're going to end it on his residence. We're going to talk about his residence next. So, yeah, that's good enough for this, man. 2.5 hours. I'm happy with that. So as always, have a good one, everybody, and stay safe out there.